Hi everyone, I'm back. It's time for another one of my small videos to you guys. I'm gonna try and make it short this time. You know me, I usually don't succeed in making things short, but I'm gonna give it a go. Um, a lot of things have happened since the last video, and we've come out of a busy high season. And I would allow myself to say we've had a fairly busy shoulder season as well, and now we're heading into a busy high season again in the summer. That also reflects in our results. So if we start with the most important thing first, how's the business doing? The business is doing really well, really, really well, guys. I'm so proud of you as a team and what you've accomplished in the Wellers area. We are 100,000 krona over budget again in May. So year to date, we are way, way, way beyond budget on our income revenue. So that's really, really cool. It's also very necessary because we are beginning to see some wear and tear on our facilities, which means that things start breaking down, things start needing changing. We've got a new sauna oven coming up. We've got new locker room cabinets coming up. I don't have the exact delivery dates, but it's going to happen. And I can tell you just the new lockers and the new sauna is right off in the 250,000 krona range. So we need to make extra money, and we're doing it. It's really satisfactory to me to be able to go up and ask Kirsten for these things, knowing that we can actually defend the spending because we're doing as well as we are, and we're being used to the extent that we're being used. So very, very well done on the financial side of things. Also, thank you as always for your flexibility in the team, for your willingness to help each other out. It's a pleasure to work with. It really is. And another thing that's really important to us, obviously, is our customers, our clients. And all you have to do is go in, look at the reviews. We've got brilliant reviews. We've got mainly 5-star reviews. We've got some 4-star reviews as well. And it looks really, really, really good. There's lots of personal remarks in there, and I'm seeing that we have got guests that are returning and leaving reviews for us. So that's really, really nice as well. It's a celebration of the team. It's a celebration of our facilities. It's a celebration of the spirit, the atmosphere that we provide. So thank you very much for being a part of that. That said, we can always get better, and the minute we feel too comfortable in our roles, and that goes for all of us, me included, the minute we feel too comfortable in our roles, we all, it's human nature, we all tend to lean back a little bit, and if we feel ourselves or if we sense colleagues leaning back a little bit, don't forget that's when we sort of do this and we pick each other up and we go, get back up on the horse. All right, we're here to do a job. We are a 5-star facility here at Spectrum Wellness. I expect 5-star service, and you all know this. We've talked about it numerous times since the very first interviews I've had with each and every one of you. Do not let yourselves and your colleagues down. Noblesse oblige, they say in French. That means that nobility obligates, or in other words, the better we are, the more people expect and the more we have to live up to. So we've created a situation where people have high expectations, and rightfully so. So let's show them that we'll actually give them even more than they expect. That does mean going above and beyond, and frankly that's what I expect all of us to do every time we're dealing with guests. So keep that up, even on the days where it's I know we have days where it's very busy, but then I also know we have days where it's very quiet. So I think they average each other out. So sometimes you can have a bit of extra time to yourselves when you're here, do whatever you want to do, and other times you need to run a bit faster, which you already do. So but just keep it up. The team as such, we've had a few changes, quite a few changes to the team since last time as well. We've had a team member we've let go, and I know a few of you have been, which is only natural, have of course been asking questions, why this, that, and the other. And guys, imagine if it was any of you, you would not want me to discuss your termination with your colleagues, and as such, I will not be discussing Antonia's leaving with you guys, because of the simple reason that I can't. It would be unfair to Antonio. I obviously have my reasons for making all the decisions I make, not just the one on Antonio. What I can and will say, no one here need fear to be let go just because they're sick. Of course you can be sick. So let's leave it at that. I just know that's a worry that a few of you have brought up. Nothing to worry about. I think I have an absolute dream team on my hands now. We have some new team members coming on board. We already have some new team members on board, and I think results and guest feedback speaks for itself. It's going tremendously well. So I'm really, really, really happy with the team, and so is Kirsten, by the way. Sarah is back now for real. She's been with us now for about a month and a half. I think it's great. And we also have on weekends now, we've got from July 1st, we'll have August and Olga serving as shift leaders, which means they are the go-to people if you have any questions on the weekends. This also means quite a significant change. Believe it or not, I also have a private life, and being a manager does not mean a continued presence online 24/7. So as of now, I will ask you to make your decisions when you're here. We've talked about it many, many, many times. When you're at work, you're the boss. And I have been receiving over the past years way too many texts and way too many phone calls when I'm not here. I know I'm not here on the weekends, but I'm here on the weekdays. And obviously, if a guest drops dead or if a guest falls and breaks a leg, I would like a text so I'm informed, mainly because I can then follow up on the guest. I might receive a complaint from the guest, which is important to me to obviously know about. But otherwise, when you're at work, you do no longer text and call me when I am not here on the weekends. I have a private life which I intend to enjoy. So that's going to be a thing of the past. The same goes for Sarah, for that matter. Sarah is not a go-to person on the weekends either. That's why you have your shift leaders. Shift leaders know exactly what to do. And guys, there are no decisions I can make that you can't make. That's as simple. If you have a guest situation, you can make the same decisions as I can make. It's called empowerment. A lot of managers feel it very difficult to empower their colleagues. I don't feel it difficult at all, because there's a reason I've employed you all. That's because I know you can make these decisions. The difficulty, on the other hand, for you as team members can be to actually accept and handle that empowerment. And I need you to do that to an even greater extent than you have been doing so far. You make the decisions, the 3-meter boss rule, everything that happens within a 3-meter radius of you, and when you're here, you are the boss. So I hope you understand that now. And also, when you're at work, you're at work. Try not to call your colleagues when they are not here, because they are not at work. It's not fair to people. It's not fair to any of you. It's great to help out, but it's taken a bit of a turn for the worse. There's been a lot of it going on. So make sure that you use the Bible. Everything you need to know is in the Bible. All right. And if you are in doubt with how to handle a guest, you talk to your shift leader on the weekend, or talk to Sarah and I on the weekdays. I will always back you on your decisions. You know that. We've talked about it on numerous occasions. I will never ever tell you off for having made a decision. On the contrary, I will probably tell you off if you haven't made a decision. So do me a favor, use your intellectual qualities and make the decisions yourselves. We've got a busy time coming up. We've got family wellness coming up soon, summer family wellness. I think when it comes to family wellness, there's one thing that's really, really important. We need to help each other out. So every day when we close, we need to make sure there is a cage with 60 family wellness linen packages ready. We did it the last time we had a busy during the winter holidays, so we do the same thing now over the summer. Family wellness starts getting really busy with 3 family time slots a day from the last week of June and last until the 3rd week of August. And the time slots will as usual be at 8 and at 10 and at 1 o'clock. Thus leaving a bit more time in between the time slots to clean up after themselves. The family wellness time slots are important to us because there's a lot of good stories that come out of it. But also it is the time slots where they sort of more or less take care of themselves. There's a bit more noise and stuff in there, but also please remember, family wellness, it is wellness. It is not a public swimming arena, so it is our job to make sure everyone in there keep it down so it doesn't get too noisy, too rowdy. We actually have quite a few guests that visit us for the very reason that we write on our website that it is a family wellness experience, which is calm. So if there is too much jumping, if there's jumping in the pool, if there's too much yelling and screaming, you have to go to the parents, you have to let them know, because no one else is going to do it for you. It's very, very important that you do that. And also when you come in to open in the morning, it is such a joy if you know that in advance that you've got that cage with 60 family wellness linen packages ready for you, that you don't have to do that. You can basically just pick them off the shelves and you can present them to the crew. And this is important because for the first family wellness time slot and for half of the second family wellness time slot, the person on duty is alone. So it's very important that we help each other out. So think one step ahead when you do that. The fitness area is very much used, which I'm very proud of. It's a great fitness area. Make sure you remember that we have it. So do your rounds in there. It needs to look clean and tidy. Barbells and kettlebells and weight discs and all that stuff need to be in their places. Fill up the towels. You always do that, more or less most of you, but sometimes I just sense there's a little bit of a oops, we forgot to go in there. So remember, just a quick run into the fitness area once in a while. And then be round, all right? As I always try and tell you guys, I don't want to operate in boxes. I don't want to operate in squares. Of course, we have a set of rules. We have a framework that we have to work under, both when it comes to us internally and certainly when it comes to the guests as well. Don't take up discussions with guests if you can avoid it. Try and walk away from it. Sometimes we just need to lie flat down. Sometimes we need to just stop a discussion saying, I'm sorry you see it this way, but this is what I can do to help you. If that's not what you need or what you want, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. And then walk away from the situation. If people come down and the kids are too small to go into the family wellness, don't just say they can't get in. Almost in the same sentence, almost overlapping with saying that they can't get in because they're too small. Say, but we have this other opportunity, which is Sticky Eatbean just around the corner. It takes 7 minutes to walk over there. It's cheaper. They open at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they have slides. They have low pools for little babies. So you basically serve the solution before the guests have even heard the problem. All right, that's a good way of tackling the family wellness issue if they come down and the kids are too small. As I said, if people are too noisy in there, that goes whether it's family wellness or regular wellness. If there's too many people not abiding by our rules, you need to get hold of those people because no one else is going to do it for you. You need to ask them politely to just do it with a smile, do it with a little in your eyes, just calm down, guys. You remember this is a wellness area. It's not a public swimming arena, that kind of stuff. So try and use your wit, use your humor. You all have it, I know. Use your personality in it as well. We have an obligation to think of the majority of guests and not the minority of guests. So if always try and avoid bad stories, bad situations, but if you have 2 or 3 people that don't know how to behave, then it's better to show them out, because then you will have 17 happy people, instead of letting the 2 or 3 continue, and then you will have 17 disgruntled people, and that will be a bad story. I can tell you all the online travel agencies, Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, Agoda, all those have now been updated, so it does state on the room rates. When you overlook the rooms, you can check it yourselves online if you want. It says wellness access not included. There is one exception. It is a site called Trip.com. It is not currently updated yet, but it is work in progress. But all the others are updated. We should get a lot less problems with that this summer compared to previously. When you do go in and do your service rounds in the spa, remember, guys, it is about 15, maybe that's overdoing it, but about 20, every 20 minutes, or 3 times an hour. Please go in there and make sure you do your service rounds in the wellness area. We cannot have it littered with used cups, glasses, and nut bowls. We need to clean up. We need to dry off the tables. We need to make sure there's enough water. All the things you do in there, do it, and do it with pride. I always say, if you want to do something, do it with pride, or don't do it at all. And if you don't want to do it at all, it's very simple. You can just leave. Then I don't need you in the team. But I love to have you on the team, so when you are here, please come to work, do your job with pride, because that way you help your colleagues, you help Scandic, who happens to pay our salary, and you help the brand. So I think it's something to be proud of. It's always nice to be proud of what you do, instead of just making it a routine. We have lots of routine jobs here. We just have to remember, each guest that comes might come for the first time. To them, it's not routine. They haven't seen us before. They haven't seen us when we've been brilliant. So we can't have bad days. We can't have off days. We can't have days where we go, oh, I'll just do this. I'll just put the salt on the table. I'm not going to present the salt today to people. Well, you have to. Why? Because it is your job. I expect you to present these things to people. And if you can't find people, you put it on the table, then you go in there 5 minutes later, and then you find people. If you've got 50 people in there and you've got them in the sauna and everywhere, you place the things on the tables, you go in, you poke your head out into the sauna or into the steam, and you say, guys, just to let you know, I placed your salt and your nuts and your ginger shots on your tables. The salt, head to the foot baths, 5 minutes in the water, 5 minutes out, massage the salt into the feet, 5 minutes back in the water. I need you to remember this. I cannot stand hearing that people have had stuff placed on their tables and they have no idea what to do with it. That's not what we've agreed on, so that's why I can't understand. I keep hearing it, because I do, once in a while. So please do not jump over where the fence is lowest. Please do as we've agreed, and work within the framework we've got. So that's about being thorough. It never hurts to explain people. If you might not make it to everyone, but explain them a little bit about the facilities over there. We have the buffet, and we have a little menu. If you want to order something other than the ginger shot here and the nuts, if you want to order something extra, we have this little menu under the table. It is so easy to do, and it does not take that much longer. I know, guys, because I do it myself. All right, I'm not this kind of manager that just sits behind a desk and don't know what's going on the floor. So you can't run around corners with me. I know exactly how it works. I would say 97% of the time, I have no doubt that you guys are doing a fabulous job. What I'm talking about here is the last 3%. We do not have the last 3%. We don't have those off day 3%. So let's try and get rid of them, because you are doing well. Remember to smile. Remember to smile, especially when you have the family wellness with the kids. You win the kids, you win the adults. All right? So talk to the kids. Forget the adults. Talk to the kids. When you present the salt scrub, look the kids in the eyes. Tell them how to use it. And that way, the parents are going to love you. It's so simple, because you're interested in their kids. There's nothing parents love more than if other people are interested in their kids. Even I know that, and I don't like kids. Be thorough. Do your job with pride, and remember the framework. That also goes for closing. We are all aware that when you close at night, you just want to go home, really. The day's done, and you just want to get out of here. Perfectly understandable. But guys, I'm going to say this. I've said it, I think, once before, and I will say it again now. The closing shift is being paid till 8 o'clock. It's perfectly fine if you're done and everything is totally shiny that you leave, I don't know, 20 to 8, a quarter to 8. That I'm perfectly fine with that. Because I also know that sometimes you might have to stay 3 or 4 or 5 minutes later. I can almost count on one hand how many times that's happened on regular shifts. I know events is a different thing. But it's okay to leave a bit before 8. But it is only okay if the place is spotless. If we see, which we have seen in the past and which we are still seeing sometimes, that closing procedures are being rushed, and then the shift who comes in the day after, linen cages aren't filled up, the buffet table hasn't been wiped down, Murphy might even not have been put in the pool. I mean, there are several things, you know, and it's a mess at the reception counter. Again, do your job with pride. Think there is a colleague coming after you tomorrow, and you are actually getting paid till 8 o'clock. The alternative to this is that I change every single closing shift, so you have to close by 7:45. I would just like to avoid putting you under that kind of pressure, which is why I've said I would rather give them a salary 15 minutes extra so they can close and don't have to stress about things. So I would ask you to please observe. It's actually a courtesy from my side that I've decided to give you that extra 15 minutes of pay. And again, it's about respect for our colleagues because they will obviously respect you as well. Remember, reception guys, the medical consent form, you have to remember to give it to the spa clients. And what you do is you welcome the clients, you check them in, then you give them the medical consent form and you show them to the couch. And only when they finish that do you go over and take the medical consent form from them and give them the towel and the bathrobes. That way you get it operated into your routines. You don't give the towel and bathrobes and medical consent form at the same time. All right, so check them in, give them the medical consent form, place them on the couch, expedite some other customers meanwhile, and then go over, take the medical consent form, keep it for the therapist, and then you say, and here's your towel, here's your bathrobe, and then you show over to the changing room. It's really, really important. It's a great help for the therapists, and if we fail on our job in reception to give this medical consent form, we're actually letting down our therapist colleagues, which I think is a real shame, because then they have to spend some of the clients' time up there by reading through that. So let's try and remember that, please. There are new clipboards coming, a bit sort of leather look-alike. They're black, they look very nice. And they're little folders that you can actually close them, so it's all a little bit more privacy with the medical consent forms. Another thing, staff treatments. I've said to all of you that you're welcome to book staff treatments so you can get to know the staff treatments we have or the treatments that we have. I still mean that. Please do. Please do try and avoid Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's where we're most busy, where we have paying clients. I would prefer that you do it on a Monday or a Thursday, and it may not have to be the longest treatments that we have, but I would say please do not book a combo treatment. That's not fair of our therapists, I think. You can try one of the treatments, that's fine, but make sure you do it. So you know it, and so you spoil yourself a bit. It's a little bonus for you guys, and I would say you don't get that in many other departments. So take advantage of it. Yeah. Last but not least, I am going to be away for a little while. For those of you who don't know, I'm moving house, and I'm coming to stay in the hotel, and then I'm going on a little holiday, and then I'm coming back to stay in the hotel, and then I'm moving into my house. So, long story short, I will be away from July 3rd through to July 15th. And Sarah will have the ball while I'm away, so she's your go-to person while I'm not here. For our new colleagues, Miley and Arisha, you guys are not yet on our intranet Fuse or on our time management system, Queenix. You will get there once you start up for real, once your contracts are in effect. which means you will be able. We have to create you in the system. We have to make sure you get passwords, all that kind of stuff. That you will get when you start up on your real shifts here, the planned shifts that you'll be having weekly. Otherwise, all I can say is what a tremendous joy to work with you guys. I think it's fabulous. Katrine and Anastasia, you've been with us from the start, and you're still here. I love it. Anastasia's wonderful treatments that she's developed over time are certainly paying off, as is the new treatments developed by Valentine. And I would say a little bit pimped up by you, Teresa, and Sophie, on new facials, foot massage, and so on and so forth. We have a really nice treatment menu, and in the reception side of things, so great to have you there. I mean, Olga, you've got more hours now. Me, you've got more hours soon. It'll all happen from July. Jonathan, you're going down a little bit, but you'll still be here with your 50 hours, which is really cool. And then of course Sarah is here on part time as well. And then we've got Miley and Arisha coming in. Christian out there in the surrounding area. Christian obviously needs a full-time job, but he is still you Christian still want to be connected to us as a cover, so you guys can still use Christian as well. And August, of course, will continue to be here with us as well. And August, I know we've talked about you covering a larger amount of holiday shifts here in July, August. So don't worry, I will find something for you. The duty schedule is now available, as I said, in Queenix up until January 4th. We are the only department that gets our duty schedule that far ahead. But I think it's fair enough for you guys that you can plan. So already now, if you know that you can't be here for Christmas or New Year's, this and the other, you can start thinking who can cover for you and so on and so forth. I have not yet changed the actual opening hours of December 24, 25, 26 and 31st and January 1st. I will do that when we come out on the other side of the summer, so you can actually see the length of your shifts on those days. But it's going to be more or less like it's been the previous years. So yeah, that's kind of it from me to you. Let me round off by saying again how tremendously proud I am of you as my team, and I'm so glad to see how you work together. Because if we work together, we can be the success. We can be even more successful than we've been so far. And I only see one way for this part of the business, that's growth. So thanks everyone for chipping in, bringing ideas to the table, some of which I take on board, some of which I don't. And thank you as well to all of our new team members for coming in and bringing new things to the table. We can always learn. Some things we've been doing for a long time fix success, and other things we've been doing for a long time, and maybe we can change some of it, and then we do it. We're very fortunate that we are in a small team. We can change things from one day to the next. So again, remember, if there's anything you are in doubt, if there's anything that you want to talk about, remember, I am always here for you guys. You can always come to me. I would definitely love for you to come to me instead of gossip. We can't have gossip in this hotel, certainly not in this department. What they do in the other departments, of course I care, but this is about my department. So guys, whenever there's anything, please don't carry gossip around from the other departments either. These walls are very, very thin. And also, I would say there is no reason to gossip. I think we're a tight-knit team. We have all the opportunity to talk to each other and bring things on the table. So please do that if you need to. And besides that, all I have to say is wish you all a good summer, and let's go out there and do it, and just hit it off, and make sure we round off the first 6 months, 7 months with another couple of turnovers, and make Kirsten happy. So all for me this time around. So bye bye for now, and have a lovely day or evening whenever you have watched this video. Bye.